Grand Rising, welcome in, welcome in. Hope all is well. So, listen, chosen ones. If nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, chosen ones, you already know. I do have to give you that brief disclaimer, all right? So I only want you to take what resonates and I want you to leave the rest behind. Grand Rising. I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't happen to get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through another individual, all right? So be patient with your process. Hey, babies. Also, chosen ones, you already know. I do have to give you that brief disclaimer, all right? So I only want you to take what resonates and I want you to leave the rest behind. I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't happen to get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you want to get it through somebody else, all right? So be patient with your process. Also, for those of you who do not know, my voice is too raspy, chosen ones, to be whispering, all right? So this is about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume. So before we get started, as always, hey, babies. Hey, yes, we are definitely aligned. As always, I definitely want to thank you so much in advance for all your love, like, share, subscribes, your gifts, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. I appreciate you, okay? Now, chosen ones, hey, I'm so happy that you joined me. Listen, TikTok is not going to stop our movement, all right, chosen ones? So you already know we're going to come together. So thank you so much. I'm happy to see you. So let's start. Chosen ones, there's a message for today. Now, again, you're going to know if this is your message, all right? So I don't want you, if it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't. But some of the messages that I am going to relay today is in preparation for certain things that's about to get presented to you, okay? So there's some of you chosen ones where right now you feel like you're stuck. And I say that pertaining to your emotions. So you could be feeling a fluctuation of certain things right now, okay? So you could be feeling sad. 1 minute you feeling mad. 1 minute you feeling nervous. There could be you second guessing as far as your purpose. Thank you so much, Deborah. I appreciate you, beautiful. But I want you to realize certain things are getting presented to you, okay? Now, with this being said, there's some of you that's questioning as far as a certain connection. Now, stay with me. This is not just romantically. This could be as far as a friend. This could be a job dynamic, so on and so forth. I say this, chosen ones, because right now you could feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You could be feeling like because they have free will, you may not know the choice or decision that they're going to make. So it may be blocking you or stopping you or preventing, you from doing the things that you need to do. Now, I say this, babies, because there's some of you when it comes to a specific person. They could be going through spiritual warfare at this time. And because whoever is sending spiritual warfare to them, because you extend yourself to them, you could be feeling that currently too. Now, I say this, chosen ones, because you have to realize people are starting to break free from certain cycles that they were connected to. So this is not just cycles as far as that have to do with you. This was presented pertaining to their parents, so on and so forth, right? So I say this because right now, there's a decision that has to be made, and it could be pertaining to a romantic partner. So you could see or know that people are sending certain spiritual attacks their way. You could see things clearly. So you know their family is not really for them. You know that that job position is not for them. You know that God's been speaking to them, but they may not have been listening, right? So chosen ones, because you are God's vessel, because you see things that are not always in front of that person, because you don't always see things, or they may not always see things in real time, they may decline or not understand what's going on, right? So I'll say this. Right now, you are not to get in the middle of anybody else's mess. You are not to extend yourself to people who keep extending themselves to certain karmic past, okay? I say this, chosen ones, because you're going to feel that energetically on you based upon the fact that you extend yourself to this individual. So there right now is a love decision that has to be made. You may love this person. You want this person. You may, again, chosen ones, you would rather have your life with this person. You'd rather have the things that you're looking for with them, but it's up to them to make that ultimate decision. because you can't make that choice for them, right? So you could want to be in love with them, live happily ever after, but they have to want that for themselves. You could know that people around them was attempting to bring them down, break them down, but they have to be aware of that as well, right? So right now you have to realize that there's certain people that you're connected to, that they're now going through certain spiritual attacks, but it's going to lead them closer to you. You have to trust the process. So you cannot be all involved in it, chosen ones. This is equivalent to, think about this. If you're somebody's in the middle of a wave or a middle of certain riptides, whatever the case may be, and they're struggling to stay afloat, you have the ability to assist them, yes, but you can't assist them by jumping in there, right? You have to pull them afloat. You have to extend your hand, and they have to put effort into getting out of their situation. There's some of you, because you know that people are spiritually attacking that person, and because you're a healer, and because you can assist them, you may take on as far as some of their consequences, some of the issues that they're going through, so on and so forth. You are not to destroy you. You are not to risk you. You are to lead these individuals by example, okay? So for instance, right now, if there's a partner or you're in a third party situation where there's an opportunity, this person has to make a decision. So they have to choose between you and another individual. You are not here to sell yourself to that person. You are not to tell them, again, you could tell them till you're blue in the face that that person has ill intentions for them. You can tell them that they're doing magic to mentally manipulate, them. But they have to see it for themselves, chosen ones, okay? You cannot, again, put yourself in harm's way for certain people who keep making the same decisions. So you have to allow yourself to have a distance, okay? You can't help them if you're not safe yourself. You can't help them if you're in the middle of the mayhem. You understand me? So sometimes you have to raise your raise your vibration in order to save them, okay? So for the decision, you are getting called. No matter how much you love this person, you set certain boundaries. You gave them an opportunity. You gave them an option. Allow that to happen. Allow it to play itself out, okay? Do not stress you based upon this person that you want for you. They have to choose you. That's something that they have to want, chosen ones, okay? You cannot force it upon them. So right now, allow them to go through the spiritual warfare that they're going through. I say this because right now, there's certain people that are spiritually attacking you because you're associated with this individual. So there's people right now that's trying to cause chaos. So between you and this person, you guys could be working certain things out. You could be in the middle of reuniting, right? But again, they're going through certain karmic tests. They're going through certain karmic closures, right? So you have to allow it to happen. You can tell that person again till you're blue in the face that that person that's with them has ill intentions. They have to see it for themselves. So there's a few things that's currently going to happen. The third party energy is going to show truly who they were. They've been putting on a disguise the whole time, trying to imitate your light. So they've been trying to deter that person from you. They've been trying to persuade that person that they're similar to you. They've been trying to persuade that person to build with them and to leave you, right? Now, chosen ones, thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you. I do want to say this. There's no competition at all. You are not to compete with anybody. There's no competition at all. Because even the person that's competing with you, they're trying to be you. So you're only competing against a less version of yourself. You understand me? So when it comes to this, know that your light is bright. You don't got to persuade that person to choose you. They're going to realize that they made the wrong choice when they're in a dark room, right? Not only that, chosen ones, there's certain things that you were asking people to give you that it may seem like they was willing to give to another individual. See, I want you to realize this, chosen ones, when you were making or setting certain boundaries, when you were let's just say this. You were setting certain boundaries for yourself. There's certain things that you wanted from them, but because you asked them for it and they was in their ego, they sat there and felt, chosen ones, that you were asking for too much. See, allow it to play out. Worry about yourself. Why do I say that? Because this person is going to, or that person is going to run into similar people like you that are going to start off like they're cool with them not being committed. They're cool with the situation that they have. But in one way, shape, or form, they're going to start to request the things that you once requested from them. So they could have chosen the other person because they felt like the other person allowed them to do them. They could sleep around with multiple people and they didn't question them. Or they could work all the time and not have to problem prioritize them. So you could have been somebody that when you were with them, you told them, nah, you're going to have to be able to balance out your career and your home life. You're going to have to be able to be monogamous, not entertain everybody that's trying to entertain you. You had certain requirements. So they chose somebody over you because they felt like that person was going to give them what they wanted in a sense, right? So chosen ones, in the end, even in poly relationships, you always see it doesn't work out because no matter what they went initially agreeing to, in one way, shape, or form, either that person is going to start to know their worth or their value, or they're going to start requesting it from that individual. So either way, they're going to have to do the things that you were asking, and they're going to start to realize that if they're going to do what they needed to do, they'd rather do it for you than this other individual. So no, chosen ones, that everybody that you encounter, there's certain lessons to be made. Sometimes you have to walk away in order for that person to go through what they're going to go through. They're going to have to see the truth about certain individuals that they chose over you. And then that's a lesson that has to be learned, right? The same way that you experienced certain lessons that didn't have to do with that person. So the same way that you had to learn about spiritual attacks based upon the fact that somebody had to attack you then, right? So they have to realize the consequences of their actions. This is not for you to be stressed. This is not for you to be upset. This is not for you to beg them to choose you. No, you choose you. So if you don't know what to do, you choose you, and the individual that's for you is going to choose you too. They're going to get it together, okay? So I know that it's hard to let go of control. I understand that there's a lot at stake, but chosen ones, you have to know that everything is getting divinely aligned for you in order for things to get put back in place, right? So just be optimistic, but do not allow the enemy to get to you, because you have a lot of third-party energies that's watching you. You have a lot of third-party energies that's trying to have you give up on this individual. They're trying to have you speak negative things on y'all's connection so that you guys would depart. So this is why I say you have to let that person learn their lesson, and you keep progressing, you keep focusing on you, and that person is going to have to do a little jog, do a little trot in order to keep up to you or catch up to you, okay? Because again, you're getting spiritually attacked based upon the person that you're supposed to be with. So if there's certain Jezebel spirits that are going to try to deter them, they have to find their strength to decline those offers or those extensions. There's certain addictions, whether or not this is sex, alcohol, pills, coke, whatever the case may be, they're going to have to come over those addictions because it's leading to certain negativity. So they have to learn their lesson. You could warn them all day about what's going to happen pertaining to them and that person, but sometimes they have to see it for themselves. A hard head makes a soft ass, right? So with this being said, chosen ones, you could do not stress about allowing or getting people to view you or view the situation like you, because some people have to learn the hard way. Not only that, chosen ones, you have to save yourself. So this is equivalent to, think about you running, right? You running away. Thank you so much, babies. Thank you. Sending all that love back to you. But I do want to tell you this, chosen ones, this is like you seeing danger. You seeing toxicity. You see that certain karma and consequences is going to come from certain situations or whatever the case may be. You have to get away. It's not for you to beg them to go with you. This is like you getting a storm warning or you hearing certain shots. You're not going to wait for that person to run. You got to run, and they're going to have to catch up. You understand me? You can't beg them to go in your direction. They have to learn their lesson. It's necessary, okay? So although you may not like how it's starting off, just know the final result is going to be best and beneficial for you, okay? So be optimistic, chosen ones. Thank you so much for y'all's likes. Thank you so much for your love. But again, just pay attention, okay? Now, I will say, chosen ones, this is going to be a rocky road ahead, all right? And I say this because you're in the middle of your manifestations. You're in the middle. And matter of fact, what I'm going to do, chosen ones, I'm going to get up off of here for a second, and I'm going to get right back on here because I need to focus primarily on spiritual attacks, okay? So I definitely will end this live session, but I promise you I'll be back in a moment, okay? So thank you so much. I love you. Thank you. Sending all that love to you, in chosen ones. For those of you in Texas, I definitely do have tickets now available for my Dallas, Texas appearance. It will be The link's in my bio. I definitely will make sure that you have that. I'll also place it probably in the comments pertaining to this video. But all right, now I have tickets available for my Dallas, Texas show. I would recommend getting your tickets as soon as possible, only because Chosen is going to be a limited amount, okay? Also, I do have for Concord, North Carolina. I got you. Okay. So the link is in my bio. The tickets are now available to you. I look forward to seeing you. But again, I would say take advantage of it because right now I do have 2 tickets for 80. But again, it's a limited amount of seating only because I like a more personal, intimate setting. I want to make sure that you get your message. So it's for Painting Prophecies. Okay. So you're familiar with sipping paint. You're familiar with smoke and paint, but now what we're going to experience is prophecies in paint. So I'm going to provide you prophetic messages as we paint things clearly for you. You'll get a view of your past, you'll get a view of your present, but you'll also get a view of your future too, okay? This is something that Chosen Ones, you're going to have, again, all the materials is going to be provided for you. It's also going to teach you a lot about you and you to be able to see certain things, where you came from and where you're going to, okay? So it's going to be a clear message. So I will definitely say take advantage of that. But I will be back shortly in just a moment to do our live pertaining to spiritual attacks at this time. All right. So I love you. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Thank you, babies. I'll be right back. Okay.